Well, the atmosphere at the Russia 2018 World Cup has absolutely reached its fever pitch. The big boys are separated from the men. And of course, we can confirm that Brazil and five-time champions, yes, Brazil, have gone home as well as Uruguay. There's no more South American team in this tournament. It's all going to be an European affair. In the first semi-final come Tuesday, where Belgium will play France. What a beautiful Saturday morning. Welcome. My name is Babajide Guerrero, and this is Odd Sports. We should go for a quick breather. When we return, the gentlemen are live in the studio.
Nigeria, we're behind you all the way. It's your time to shine.
You're welcome back to the show. Yes, Babajide Guerrero is my name, and I've got, of course, for company in the studio this morning, I've got Azubike. It's going to be, I was supposed to say Azubike Egweke because that was the footballer, but this is Azubike Onitsha, and he's not from Onitsha. Azu, how are you doing, man?
I'm sure you're not from Onitsha, but I'm actually fine.
Okay.
I'm great to be here this Saturday morning. Let's not talk about
where you come from. Very nice. But one thing about where someone comes from, we know for a fact that Olale also comes from a football clan, a football world, and a football talking man. How you doing, Olale? Good morning.
Good morning to you. I'm Babajide. Good to be on the show this lovely Saturday morning.
Somebody tend to call Olale a prof. I mean, that's what one of the camera guys in the studio tried to call Olale. I mean, Olale has that very profy look. Anyways, and that's why he's here in the studio to dish us a very best of details in terms of happenings in the world of football this morning. All right, guys, let's go to the thick of it. The biggest news this week. Maybe if at all you are talking about the World Cup on the general perspective, but if at all you are talking local news, is that Giwa is back. Yes, you heard it. Of course, the Supreme Court came out in the course of the week to say that they set aside the ruling of the appeal court and sent back the case for a retrial at the High Court. And this year I've seen a lot of talk, a lot of back and forth. Will this happen? A lot of permutations, a lot of legal actions. Somebody saying this, somebody saying that, dotting the I's and crossing the T's. As with this year is, one thing is sure. This was expected as one of the fallout of the Super Eagles out of the World Cup in Russia. We expected that some things would actually happen, but we didn't know that this of this magnitude would actually happen.
For the opt-in time, we're having same name against same opposition. Like I've always said, we'll not come to the end of this until the top is actually well fitted. Football, I told somebody earlier on, some months back, that you can't have football thrive in a situation where everything is not well with the nation actually harboring the football, and that's what we are seeing at this point. That's why the Supreme Court will want to come into what has got nothing to do with what they've got nothing to do with when FIFA should be the ones saying this is what should stand and this is not what should stand.
Yeah, and it's coming to be that particular unfortunate situation where we need to go back to the drawing board and say what is right for Nigerian football. But one thing we definitely know is that football is always going to suffer in situations like this.
Quite sad, Bagide. This is happening again. This has been a recurring decimal, and it also surfaces.
Do you like mathematics?
Well, I did mathematics in school, actually. But of course, looking at the situation on ground, this actually occurs more like every 4 years. After the World Cup, you see, issues like this, springing up. But at the end of the day, I think it should be for the gain of football. It should be for the gain of the grassroots, or of course, advancement of football in this part of the world. When two men come in loggerheads, trying to fight for supremacy, one backed by FIFA, other backed by the government here in the country. So it's just quite in a way not so good. Because, like they say, when two elephants fight, the grass will surely suffer. So I think at the end of the day, for me, I think there should be more like a resolution, made on this, because this should just continue in the interest of Nigerian football. Because as you all know, there will be, some other engagement by other national teams, that is the Falcons, the under-17s, and the like. So for me, for football to thrive in the country, all of this, quagmire should be put to rest as soon as possible.
Indeed, there is fire on the mountain. Run. And that right there is the story of the Nigerian football house at the moment. It's Pinnick versus Giwa, and this year is definitely not good for football, especially as FIFA ban is looming. And speaking of the ban, there's, if at all the ban, thus probably see the light of day, FIFA ban, these are the likely things that would happen to Nigerian football. The Falconets may face expulsion from the Under-20 World Cup in France. And in recent times, this particular sect of football in Nigeria hasn't really enjoyed a lot of glory, and the little bit of glory they may be taken away from them as a result of this ban, if it at all they are eventually banned. Super Eagles may be kicked out of the 2019 AFCON qualifiers, as well as Falcons might be stopped from defending the women's title in December. Worldwide transfer of Nigerian footballers may be affected, and Nigeria may risk participating in CAF competition. So you look at this and you're like, on a general view, this is it's a hammer. It's a blow. It's
gonna be a big blow, really, because looking at all of these effects, it shows that our football will be on a decline in the country. And of course, to affect both those that are actually playing, sure. So,
and even the management, the administration, everything will be crippled, and there will not be any reasonable recognition on the part of Nigeria in the worldwide scale. Pinnick wears a new kit now, a new hat, as well as the first vice president of CAF, a member of the FIFA committee, of course, and then is a recognized NFF president. So that's where the issue lies. One person is recognized by FIFA, and the other person is recognized by the Supreme Court. We'll see how this definitely pans out. And talking about panning out, boy, oh boy, Azu, did you see 5-time champions, the Monarch team in the World Cup, Brazil, knocked out by Belgium, that over the years are flatter to deceive at this stage?
I saw this coming, Guerrero.
Is it fine to call you the mystic Marcos now?
No, I've been so poor when it comes to predictions and this World Cup. I don't link me with any demonic animal. I see them as demonic because I don't know what animal will see what we humans can see at any point. But it's just for the fun of football.
Absolutely.
Generally, I'm on a lighter note. But I saw this coming. I've seen the Brazilians. I've seen how they could easily falter. I've seen how Neymar, who was the key man, has not done enough to help the Brazilian team. Look at the Brazilian team from time. You know, the biggest man. There's always a man looking to hold the team. I think the last time we saw a bit of this responsibilities being shared was when they won the World Cup in 2002. We saw a Ronaldo, we saw a Rivaldo, we saw a Ronaldinho who was emanating. There were too many players who were going to do well.
Carlos at the back.
Yes, it's not like we don't have those players now, but Neymar is that figure, and he has not done as much. He's been showboating, and he did that yesterday again. So badly for them. He picked up at him. Yeah, he got, I think it was part of the only goal they scored. But that wasn't enough from a Neymar. Douglas Costa came in, was wonderful. I think Tite has to learn from this. I hope he remains as the coach of the Brazilian national team.
Yes, they've been actually phenomenal under him, especially
he's gone to 100 games unbeaten.
Yeah, but see, we've seen them at the World Cup. Forget about qualification. Nigeria also had one wonderful qualification to the World Cup. But when they came in, what happened? It's not about how you qualify. Look at Germany. They came in with the Competitions Cup title. They left in the group stages, losing to a Korean national team. It's not about how you qualify. What can you do at the World Cup? And that's what Belgium has shown.
Speaking about France, I mean, we saw a very disciplined Uruguay team play Portugal, winning that game 2-1. But we didn't see that same level of discipline against France yesterday. Where did you think that game went wrong for them?
Well, I think for me, the Uruguayan team, I think, missed Cavani because he was also one of their best players thus far in the tournament. Looking at yesterday's game, it was on the record that Luis Suarez failed to have a shot on target in the whole of the game. So you'd have felt that he missed, his partner when it comes to goal scoring abilities. But looking at it from the French angle, I think for Didier Deschamps, I think this generation of French national team, some people feel they've actually gotten the best of competitiveness from teams at the World Cup. But of course, they've taken every team as they come. And of course, the results are what we have seen thus far. 2-0 at the first goal was through Varane by an header, and of course Antoine Griezmann, scoring after the goalkeeper for.
He did a carrios.
Yeah, was Muslera, actually flipped up the ball. So good one for Didier Deschamps. I think thus far, I think he will be giving the players something to cheer about. Knowing for that he won the FIFA World Cup in France '98, and of course it will be a good one to see how they fare against Belgium, who has their compatriot Thierry Henry as the assistant coach.
Okay, so do well to please follow us on social media across both Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, and then send us text message. We'll be looking forward to hearing your thoughts. Of course, do well to send us a text message. It's on the screen, the line to send a message to, and let's hear your thoughts, especially your predictions as regards the semi-final game involving Belgium and France. And that game as well is as big as it comes, isn't it? And Belgium play France, and at this level, two teams with very young, very experienced players at their level going at head-to-head in a winner's take all. Because at this point, you got to be thinking about the trophy.
The French will be coming in with that level of confidence that we've won it in France now. You guys have never done it. That's Absolutely. The only thing the French team have got going for them at this point. But if you look at current and team play and also form, I think I'll give it to the Belgian national team.
I think we're going to be in for an amazing game, guys. I mean, it's going to be France versus Belgium. Someone said something off camera that whoever did the tournament tree, set the best fixtures leading to the final. Exactly. Because we've seen some particular fixtures en route this final that are befitting for a final. I mean, for example, I think Belgium versus Brazil that we saw yesterday was Argentina, France. Those are great fixtures. But meanwhile, on the other tree, let's talk about that other tree right now where we see Sweden play England. No disrespect anyways to that particular tree. And Croatia playing host nation Russia. Let me start with you, Laye. Did you even see Russia getting this far?
No, I did not. Looking at the game they played against the Spanish national team, who won the FIFA World Cup in 2014, did they expect that in that game, the Spanish national team dominated. But of course, when it came to the penalty shootout, it wasn't to be bought for Russia. I think they were able to capitalize on and their supporters, and of course, it was great on their behalf then.
How about Sweden and England? That's right there is another big game. England came in via the penalties, almost by the skin of their teeth against Colombia. And you have a feeling that maybe this game is kind of easy for England. But at this level, there's no easy game, yeah?
There's no easy game, like you said. But the point is, I will give it to the Swedish on one note. They've been disciplined. Compact. They've been compact. They almost held Germany. They almost knocked Germany out before Germany went on to play Korea. That's how good they are. Went on to defeat Mexico. They were the best team before that particular match at the World Cup, just because of the way they defeated Germany. And now they are in a position where they have an English team. I think the English team will edge them, but it will be a very, very tight contest.
Welcome back to the show. It's still Old Sporty. Well, if you're just joining us, I'm sorry you missed some particular news, but not to worry. We've got some more juicy story about to be juiced up at this time. Speaking of juice, he's bringing the juice. LeBron James, the King James, is live in LA. I can see you smiling because you once sat on this chair to say how important it's been over the years for Miami and then for Cleveland Cavaliers, and now the King is in LA.
The King. We've got so many kings that play for.
Oh wait, there's anyone King James?
So how king is he? Is there any other one like that? How king? I don't know what to call about. Yeah, he's also a king. He's been called king all this time, and he's proven it. The only time he's not proven it is playing at the NBA Finals. He's won 3 out of 9 as a final player between the West and the East. Now he's chosen to go to the West, and I know what he's trying to do. For me, this is my take, Guerrero. He's looking for the best way to knock out Golden State Warriors before they get into the conference, into the finals itself. Let's end it in the conference. There's no more Golden State in the best of 7s.
Absolutely.
And I think that's what he's doing at this point.
All right, thank you so very much for still being there. It's Old Sports, and it's that part of the show where we get to argue and discuss things that are germane to sports, especially football, today, this beautiful Saturday morning. All right, Chief Adegboye Onimide, former coach of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, a huge personality in the football world, especially in Nigeria and in FIFA, came out and during the course of the week as regards this particular issue of the NFF house leadership. In his words, we will quote this verbatim. He said, and I quote, of course, and I read to you, "The truth is our football is in the doldrums. This is a great opportunity to get things done right. I don't care if we are banned by FIFA, if we are banned over the crisis and we use the 1 or 2 years to reposition and sanitize our football, then let it be. My interest is on how we can grow the game in the country and not whether FIFA bans us or not. If it takes the ban for us to get it right, I think I strongly support that," he said. So, our topic this beautiful morning to the gentlemen, Azu and Leye, is simple. Will FIFA ban be good for Nigerian football? And these gentlemen have, of course, taken their sides. I want to start with Leye. Leye, your thesis statement, please.
It will not be good if we eventually being banned by FIFA because, as you all know, our football is the opium of the society in this part of the world. Regardless of what is going on, as regards administrative, issues, I think football should take its place in the hearts of, millions of talent and, of course, those that leverage on it as a means of livelihood.
I think football in Nigeria should be banned by FIFA. We've seen too many issues. We can't keep up with stuff like this. And we cannot keep belittling our football in the eyes of millions who want to see the best, and also those from outside seeing Nigerian football as one that's almost reached the pinnacle. Adeboye Oniminde said it rightly. He says if we take Nigerian football to move forward, and I think that will. I think the ban is right.
All right, that's the thoughts of the gentlemen. Of course, you can follow this particular conversation on social media at allsportng across board. We'll go for a quick break and return. The argument proper ensues. You're welcome back to the show. The gentlemen already are getting their gloves on at this particular time. Just when we're doing that break, Azu was adjusting his shirt, and I saw, of course, Leye adjusting his jacket as well. Gentlemen, go for it.
Well, I think, like I said earlier, the thesis statement, I think right now, football should not be banned here in Nigeria. Why? Because even as much as there are political, issues as regards administration of football, going forward, it won't just be the political appointees or whoever is in charge to go down to the grassroots. What does the grassroots mean? All of the age competitions, all of the coaches, physiotherapists, everyone that has got a bit of livelihood when it comes to football will be out of job. And where would that go? That will add more to whatever is happening in the country.
And you're talking about a percentage not even up to 0.5.
It's wrong.
Or even up to 1%.
You know why?
I don't. You're mentioning physiotherapists. How many of them do we have in the country?
With all of the sports we have in Nigeria, football happens to be the hope of all Nigerians.
It's not the hope of all Nigerians.
And of course, if issues
Nigeria lost out of the group stages of the World Cup, and we still live.
Sure, we will
live.
live.
Not lost hope in our own livelihood.
Now we're going back.
Got a profession.
We lost, but of course, the FPL will be back.
Well,
the FPL is part of the structure. Let's not forget
a federation.
The women's championship will be played in December.
The FIFA rules,
and Nigeria wants to
looking at the Supreme Court to actually come in at some point in time. And you say we don't deserve a ban. I think you don't understand what it is for a Supreme Court to become. Before now, we're talking about Decree 101. I think we kept that aside and looked for some other way to deface it. But it's still happening. We're still seeing Decree 101 in our football, and you're telling me we shouldn't be banned? I think we should be banned.
You are taking this from a political aspect. Look at it from the bigger picture.
You're the one looking at it from a political aspect.
The bigger picture is, whatever happens...
So who stands... Okay, let me ask you a question. Who stands at the FIFA as the president of the NFF?
From the side of FIFA...
From your own point, who is the NFF president?
Pinnick from the aspect of FIFA, but of course,
so is Pinnick on the seat?
In as much as you like it or not, FIFA does not have a say in the sovereignty of Nigeria. So
so what are we now saying? That's why FIFA should ban us, because they can't rule us.
At the end of the day,
we'll see fathers disown their children because they can't take advice.
On the round table discussion will be for the
how round can the table be?
It should
how round can the table be? You're talking about round table and nothing is working.
It's not about 2 men. It's about millions of Nigerians.
Do you know just one World Cup game since 1998.
We have
won just one World Cup game since 1998.
All of these people to order.
We've won just one World Cup. We've lost out of not qualifying for 2 Nations Cups. And you come here saying we shouldn't be banned. I think you've not been following Nigerian football. You've not been following Nigerian football.
Let me come in here, please. If I thought you guys can allow me, just step in a little bit. Leye, you feel strongly that banning the game is a no-no.
It's a no-no.
It's a livelihood for a lot of people, and it's a source of joy for
football.
Come on, what am I doing here? I'm a football pundit in the level of sports.
Would that stop you from being?
I cover the Nigerian league. I don't know about you. I go to the stadiums. I have the chance to travel.
FIFA doesn't have a right to stop the Nigerian league.
Why
the Nigerian league will go on.
Why would it go on?
It only affects cup competitions. Yes, exactly.
See,
that's only what it will do.
The issue is
the Nigerian league will go
on. What about teams that fine. What about teams that will be competing on the
Okay, what are they going there to do?
They will get
What
money.
are they going there to do?
They will be able to go
Get
and
money to do
compete
what?
against all of
How many players have made it to Super Eagles from the local
all of
league?
this,
What
all of
have
this,
they
all
got
of
to
these are
offer at this
parameters
point?
you need to look.
No, you're not looking at it. You are saying how many players have made it to the Nigerian national team? We mentioned Junior Lokosa. He had a cameo in the league.
Sure.
And before we knew, we were already clamoring for him
But
to
of
play in
course,
the Nigerian
that
national
was
team.
a different team entirely.
So how is he a different team?
Gareth
What is the
Joe
transformation
actually
from the
wanted
Nigerian
it.
league to the Nigerian national team? No single player. A player comes in from China and he's playing in the Nigerian national team. Why a player from Kano Pillars who won the league cannot play in the Nigerian national team?
That for me
So what are we now
is no
saying?
excuse. Why? Because
So what are we saying? Let them enjoy the league games and build themselves.
It kept faith with the players
you
that
cannot
did the
give us what you don't
qualifiers.
have.
So of
You
course,
cannot give
but
Nigerians what we
at
don't
this
have.
junction, looking at it administratively,
Then Rock came in, he
Nigeria
didn't know our
should not be
starting
banned.
lineup at the
All
World
of
Cup,
this
and you
will
say
be
we shouldn't be
settled on the
banned.
round table.
See,
So that
I've asked you a
people will
question.
go
Do you know
for-
how round the table has been?
It has been the way it has been for so long.
So what has it solved from them?
It has solved us winning.
I think you're just passionate and emotional about Nigeria
we have
football.
to
We
because
cannot reach a truce like this. We
because
cannot reach the
we have
height.
to be passionate because
See,
if this just happens,
See,
it
if
will have a
you
lot
keep
of stuff.
patching,
So
we'll never
at the end
move
of
to
the
that
day,
level.
it's just about just
If you
two
keep
men. It's
patching,
about
we can
millions
never
of
move to that level.
Nigerians.
Look at the great footballing nations today. They've gone through lots.
Gentlemen,
They've gone through lots. They've had to settle their houses.
As-
And
as-
that's
but
why
the
they are where
problem
they are
is-
today.
let's settle our own house
Nigeria
here.
can't be banned.
Let's settle our own house here right now. The statement I want to ask, gentlemen, is if FIFA bans Nigeria for 1 or 2 years, how crucial will this be for Nigerian football?
Like we said earlier on the show, a lot of this will not go down well. Like you said, worldwide transfer of Nigerian players will be affected. If you have a brother playing football, you should know how you should. Excuse me.
You are just
Because
an emotional
it is
politician.
from the basis.
And you're saying
And that's why. That's why.
looking at the large.
But of course, at the end of the day, Nigeria also risks participating in other engagements. But of course,
As the Galo
the
paid
far
your brother's
opponents
school fees,
will play.
as the Galo giving you money,
This is not about
so how
students.
does that
This is
affect you?
about other
Why are you
people
saying
that
a
have
Nigerian
gone through so
player
much training so
will
hard
help his
to
brother?
competition?
We're talking
At the end of the
about
day,
how the economy
because
will move
of
to
some two people's
the
issues,
level we want
they
it to
won't
be.
be
And
able to
you're talking about a
compete,
single
which is
player.
wrong.
Gentlemen.
No, Guerrero has Mikel giving you money.
No, he hasn't given.
Has the Galo giving you money?
No, not yet.
So tell him to answer this question as well now.
Maybe
Why did you
answer
mention
this
one player was
question.
talking about 180 million?
Gentlemen,
180 million Nigerians.
as Azubike, Onitsha, and Leye are going hammer and thongs in the studio, if I told you were in the studio right now, I'm sure you don't want to sit here next to them. It's been absolutely enthralling, this particular conversation we've had here. The gentlemen have spoken quite extensively, and you must say that it's been a very, very lucid thought, especially with Azu and Olale going back and forth. But here is my submission. This is my final whistle. I think this particular move for FIFA, if I thought they eventually ban Nigeria, one way or the other, it could be a blessing in disguise, because you'd agree with us here on Old Sports that the Nigerian football sector has not particularly covered itself in glory, and from this point it can only get better. And if I thought the ban is what it takes to get it better, I'm sorry, but I'm supporting this particular ban if I thought it would make it get better and sanitize the football home. But what are your thoughts, especially this beautiful morning? Please do well to send us messages on our platform, on social media and on the SMS links. Finally, before we go, guys, Azu, of course, we can confirm that Joshua is set to announce the Povetkin fight, and this particular fight is going to be for the IBF, WBA and WBO heavyweight title, of course, happening in Wembley. It just seemed not to be able to fight out of England, but that doesn't matter. This particular fight will happen in September 22, but you have a feeling that this year is going to be pinching Deontay Wilder somewhere in his body.
I think it's more painful to Joshua that he's not fighting Deontay. He's disappointed that this is happening, but I think he knew that a long time ago. They were just trying to fight that away to make sure it wasn't Povetkin, but Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder will come, and why it should be more painful to Deontay is because of his age. Povetkin has lost just one game. He's 38 already. This is the first time he can fight, and that's a mandatory bout for Anthony Joshua. The last time he also fought was at the Principality Stadium, talking about Povetkin, and he won that bout. So I think he's used to England, and he might be looking to hurt Anthony Joshua, even if we don't see that coming.
September 22, we're looking forward to that particular
No
date.
fixed date yet, but
Please, definitely. That's the hopeful date. Yeah, let's just put it out there. It's the hopeful date. Of course, we're looking forward to how that one will definitely pound out when Povetkin take on Anthony Joshua, the IBF, WBA and WBO champion. Well, guys, I must say it's a huge, absolutely great feeling to have you guys join me in the studio this morning. Leye, thank you so very much for coming.
Good to be on the show. Nigeria should not be banned from football.
Definitely. That right there is the final thought. Azu?
I wish I could go on. I'm not exhausted.
Please do not go on. One thing that we got to go is that we got to go out of the studios. Guys, do enjoy your weekend and do well to follow us on social media at OddSportNG. My name is Babajide Guerrero and I will see you next week, Saturday. Bye for now.